is Miss Maren, and I work with Food Court. Today, we're going to be making honey yogurt dip, and we're going to be dipping some apples in it. So while you're at home, I thought I'd show you how we make it. So first, let's go over our ingredients and materials. So for ingredients, you're going to need some plain Greek yogurt, cinnamon, honey, and some apples. Today, I'm using Macintosh apples, but you can use any kind of apple you'd like. For materials, you're going to need a cutting board, a knife, a spoon, some paper towels, and a bowl. So let's get started. So before I started this video, I washed my hands because we want to make sure that we always have clean hands before we start cooking and handling food. And next, we're going to be washing our apples. So when you go and you buy apples at the store, you always use your hands to pick them up. So we want to make sure that they're clean right before we put them into our mouths. So I'm just going to use some cool water. Wash off the skins. And just regular water is fine. You don't need to use soap because you just don't, and you don't really want to put soap in your mouth. So we'll dry them off. And we'll let these sit here and dry while we make our yogurt dip. So I'm going to just use a little bowl. And first ingredient is our plain Greek yogurt. I love yogurt. It's one of my favorite things to have in the morning. So yogurt is made from milk, and milk comes from cows. So if you ever wondered where you get your yogurt from, you could thank the cows. So I'm just going to put a little scoop in here into our container here. Looks good. Now yogurt is really good. It has a lot of calcium in it. So calcium is really good for our bones. It keeps our bones really strong, and it keeps our teeth really strong and super healthy. So Greek yogurt, and any kind of yogurt, as long as it has milk in it, will have calcium to keep you strong. So our next ingredient in our yogurt honey dip is going to be our honey. So this is raw clover honey. So that just means that the bees who made this honey ate clover. So I'm going to put a few drizzles in here. Do you wanna see about this much on top of our yogurt? This is going to add some sweetness. Since our yogurt is plain, the honey will add a little bit of sweetness and make it super yummy. And our last ingredient in our honey yogurt dip is our ground cinnamon. So just a few shakes of this. Awesome. I love cinnamon. It's really delicious. It smells super good. It kind of smells like the holiday time. I feel like that's a time when people use cinnamon a lot. And cinnamon, if you didn't know, actually comes from the bark of a tree, which is kind of cool. So it's dried up bark, and then not just any bark, has to be special to make cinnamon. Dried up, ground up super fine to make a powder, and then you got cinnamon. So if you want to see how our dip looks now, it has the yogurt and the honey and the cinnamon, and it looks super pretty. Mix it up. Ooh, it looks so delicious. Awesome. Okay, so we'll put this aside while we prepare our apples. So here we have our Macintosh apple, and I am going to cut it into little slices so we can dip them into our dip. So when you go to cut an apple, you want to make sure that you start it when it's flat on the ground. So obviously apples are pretty round and they could kind of move around. So this wouldn't be a great way to start cutting your apple. You want to make sure it's flat, and use your knife. Make sure your fingers aren't in the way. And then the next cut, flat on the ground. Awesome. So this is just for me. I'm just gonna have half of an apple for now. And I'm going to cut it into strips or slices. Our dip, and we'll decorate it with our little apple slices here. And there you have it, your honey yogurt dip with apple slices. So the best part about cooking is trying what you make. So let's see how this tastes. Cheers. That is really delicious. You can taste the cinnamon a lot. Super good. Little sweet from the honey. And the apples are perfect. I hope you give this a try at home. It's really delicious. Thank you for watching.